Welcome to Mora IFC. It is what it is. In our previous section, we ended at this part. I'm bringing it back because this part is very important. You can see we have a curvy this part, and this part have a straight line, and this part also have a straight line, but in the middle are curvy. This is the side panel. The side panel is very important. That's why I brought it back to explain this part again. We ended at this part. You can see I'm making a straight line here. These lines are very important. You can't join this one anyhow that you want. No, every part have its position. The straight part has its position, and the line that the middle part also have its position where you have to join it. So you cannot just join it anyhow that you want. You feeling it? So as you can see, it's more IFC. It is what it is. So I'm still giving a straight mark here. That place will show me that this part is a straight line. That part is a straight line. So without wasting much time, so let's get on to the next steps to cut the sleeve. There are ways of cutting the sleeve. This sleeve cutting is different from the normal Senator sleeve that we always cut. There are differences in it, so please pay attention and look at what I'm doing. You need the sleeve length. And your armhole measurement. You divide it by 2, whatever you get. I'm measuring 9.5 here, because if you should remember, on the top I marked 9.5, so I'm exactly marking 9.5. And the length also, you measure the length, you add your 1/2 inch of sewing allowance or 3/4 of sewing allowance, then you add the opening side, you add your allowance there to be folded at that part. If you're new channel, do want to subscribe, like and share. Tell a friend about more IFC. I post videos every Mondays and Thursdays, sharp 3:30 p.m. It is what it is. So this is a sleeve. Like I said, this sleeve is different from the normal sleeve that we always cut. So pay attention, look at what I'm doing. So this is a sleeve length plus the sewing allowance. You can see here I'm measuring 3 inches at this part. 3 inches at this part, or 3.5 inches at that part. So at the normal sleeve, you can see we have a shape here. At the normal sleeve, we have a shape, but this one we're not going to give it a shape at this time. You just have to leave it straight line like that. So we go straight. When we get to the 3 inches side, please, if you are new to the channel, do subscribe, like and share. Tell a friend about Mora IFC. You need to measure the opening of your sleeve, the opening side of the sleeve. You measure that one. If it is 10, you mark 10 and you add your sewing allowance. Then you join into the 3 inches over there. So look at the way I'm gonna cut it. Look at the way where I'm starting. You can see that is how the sleeve is being cut. It's not cutting like the normal sleeve that we give it a shape. We give it a shape like an X falling. This part we leave the shoulder straight, just like that. You can see where the arrow is, that part is straight. Where the arrow, the line, you can see that part is straight. That part is supposed to be straight. Split the sleeve into 2. I fold it into 2, so I'll just open it up and cut it into 2. Then I'll have the left side and the right side. So this is the sleeve. As you can see, that's the sleeve. This is how you should cut the sleeve. And this is the side panel. This is the side panel. You measure here. Remember, here we have 3 inches. So you bring it back 3 inches and you measure and check that part is straight. So you measure your 3 inch. If there's a trim that you need to trim up a little bit, then you just give it a little bit of trim over there, like I'm doing. You do the same thing to this one as well. If you don't want to top stitch, you can put your hemming gum over there. Gum stay, you can put it there to hold it down. So this is how the sleeve is being cut. This is how the sleeve is being cut. The place that I left 3 inches is very important. It's very important. And the shoulder, the sleeve, the joining where we're going to join to the shoulder, you can see it's straight. There's a reason to that. So after here, we're going to cut the pocket. I don't have much fabric, so I need to manage my fabric, what is left. You know, due to the side panel normally, because of this side panel, when you're doing this kind of jalabiya, it eats a lot of fabric. You understand? So I don't have much fabric left, so I need to do my calculation. Here I'm going to check how wide I want my pockets to be. You know, there are two ways how you're going to make your pocket. You can make your pocket, you know, you're going to sew around it, where you're going to see the thread around it, or you're going to make your pocket where you're only going to see the top stitching and the bottom stitching of it. That is all. So the side and side will be in the side panel. If you get there, you will understand. I will explain a little more details when we get to the sewing part. So here I'm just doing my calculation. Like I said, they are in 2 ways. In 2 dimensions. You can do the pocket, you're going to sew around it, or we can do the pocket and we're only going to sew on top and the bottom of it to form our pocket. So here I'm just doing my manage what is left, because I've not cut the collar yet and I've not cut the placket yet. So these are the fabric that I got right now, so I need to know how to manage to get everything right. The length of the pocket is going to be 16 inches or 17 inches. The length. The length. So they're going to be a joining. You can see these 2 pieces. I'm going to join them together. You know, we're going to join these 2 pieces. I'm going to join these 2 pieces together that will form me one pocket, and the other one at the bottom also will form another pocket for me. Do you understand? Because it's a pocket, when we join it, it's going to be inside. So when there's a joining inside, no one's going to see it, right? So this one is going to be my placket, my pocket, and my collar. This is what I have. It's left. This is my fabric left. So I have to make my collar, my Chinese collar. I have a tutorial how to make a Chinese collar. You make your normal pocket and your placket. So all this have to use the fabric left. This is what is left. I don't have any fabric here, it is what it is. Please do subscribe, like, and share, and tell a friend to tell. If I post videos every Mondays and Thursday, do it and check it out. So I want to show you the outcome here before we get into the sewing part. To make sure you have everything set, you need to have all this one set before we get to the sewing part. You can see we have the main fabric, the body, which we use the back measurement to cut it, and we have our placket. This is our placket, our normal placket. You can make it 1.5. This is our normal placket, 1.5 inch by 12 or 13 or 14 inches long. So this is a normal, and this one is a normal pocket. Our normal pocket, 4.5 by 5 inches, or 4.5 by 4.5, or 4.5 by 5.5 inches long. So this is our normal pocket. I put it aside. And these are our pockets for the side panel. There's a pocket at the side panel, so this is what we're going to use for the side panel for the pockets. And we have our sleeve. No, this is the side panel. This is the side panel where the pocket is going to be. This is the side panel. You can see there are 4 pieces. 2 left side, 2 go for the right side, and 2 go for the left side. They are in 4 pieces. And we have our sleeve. So this is our sleeve. So this is our sleeve and our placket, and this is the inner one that will go inside the placket. So these are what you should get before we get to the sewing part. We have our small pocket, which will be at the top pocket, the small pocket, and we have our side pocket, which is going to be at the panel side. And we have our sleeve, our placket, and it's left our collar. It's left our collar. If you don't know how to do this placket collar, I have a tutorial on how to do this bush up neck. I have a tutorial how to do bush. Check out the link in the description box below. And our placket, I have a different style of plackets. You can go into my playlist. You're going to see all that, and you can see this is a normal sleeve that we just cut. So it's time to go on to the sewing part. There's a tips and tricks that you need to learn. It's more IFC. It is what it is.